So blah blah blah, yada yada. Yada blah blah blah. All right, say something.
Test. Yeah.
Test. I fucked up.
Scooby Doo, Bibbidi Bop.
Okay. What is up, guys? So as you can see, I'm joined with Chris, and we have Joe, and then myself. You guys obviously already know me, but what we're gonna do is basically we want to come out with like a Q&A type video every week that we're gonna do this. So I was aviation in the Navy, and then Joe, you were.
I was an operations specialist in the Navy. Basically worked with like radars and external communications.
Mm-hmm.
I also did some detention work.
Yeah, he did a lot of work. He was at Guantanamo Bay for how long?
13 months.
13 months he was at Guantanamo. He was an operational specialist in OS, was his rate. So I was an aviation mechanic in the Navy. He was an OS. And then we have Chris, who was...
I was an electronics technician in the Coast Guard, and I also did, I was on the boarding team as well, so I did like drug interdiction.
Nice.
And fishery regulations.
Nice. So yeah, so as you can see, we all have a very broad range of what we did, right? Navy, Coast Guard. And then we also have one other person that's going to be doing this with us, and her name is Jen. And let me go grab her real quick.
I feel like we should say something really bad about Justin right now.
Yeah.
Don't listen to him.
Yeah. All lies. It's all
I'll
lies.
stay in here.
We'll tell you the truth.
Also, we have Jen, and she was your rate?
Oh, IT2.
IT2. So she was information technician, and I just want to say a little bit about...
So I did 4 years on USS Boxer LHD-4, did 2 deployments, and yeah.
Yeah. So no. This is just we're just going over like a brief overview of what we all did, so you guys can ask us questions, like Q&A type stuff, and we're gonna answer them every week. We're gonna come out with this video weekly. So, like I said, I was the AM, aviation mechanic. Then we have OS, operational specialist in the Navy. Jen was in IT, and then we have the lone Coast Guard.
ET.
So he was ET in the Coast Guard, but which is also similar to an ET in the Navy,
yeah.
I would assume.
Yep.
So if you're an ET in the Navy, then also he'd be able to answer your questions for that. You can also ask us questions about transitioning from military to civilian, about your GI Bill benefits, about any type of benefit, really, disability, GI Bill. We know everything. We know all. Or we can find it.
Yes.
For the most part.
We can find
we don't
it.
know.
We'll find it.
We know all.
So yeah, I'm gonna leave a link for you guys to leave your questions. It's gonna be I'm gonna go off the questions that you leave on our Facebook page. So I'm gonna leave the link down below in the description for our Facebook page, and then just leave your comments and questions on there. And then next week we're gonna go over your questions, and we're gonna pick 5 or 6 of them, and then we'll answer them, and we'll do that stuff.
I'm excited.
So yeah,
Ask
cool.
some good ones.
Pick our
All right,
brains.
all right, guys. So yeah, go to that Facebook and leave those questions for us, and we'll see you next week.